Okay, so going to try a little bit of adding a bonus strum to the high and dry. So what we're doing with high and dry before was down, up, down, down. That was the basic. Then we were putting a little wiggle at the end, so we went down, down, up, down, down, wiggle, down, up, down, down, wiggle. We're going to try and put another wiggle in at the start. So we go down, wiggle, down, up, down, down, wiggle, down, down. Okay, so I'll just do that a little bit slower through, say, maybe 3 or 4 times, just for practice sake. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. So give that a little bit of practice. There's also the wee lead thing, which we didn't quite get to look at. So we got distracted by My Sharona. Let's have a look at My Sharona. Our notes are just G and G, so we've got our index finger on the 3rd fret on the top E string. We've got our little finger on the 5th fret on the D string, and that's G both times. So a low G and a high G. We're going to play is our first power chord. So the power chord is C. We're going to play index finger on the A string on the 3rd fret, little finger on the D string on the 5th fret, and we just play those 2 strings together, just like that. That's a C, and then we go back 2 frets to our other power chord, which is B flat. Now, when that happens is at the point where they sing My Sharona, it goes My Sharona. So it's 3 strokes on that C, My Sharona, and then 1 on that B flat. No, My Sharona, like that. Okay, so we've got a numerical pattern for going between the G's here to play the My Sharona riff. It's 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, My Sharona, like that. Yeah, so you can think of it as a pattern where you go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Then you do that pattern backwards. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then you do the first pattern again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. That sets you up for Alright, so I'm just going to go through that a few times, starting really slow and building up the speed. So we'll start super slow, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. There we go. 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so what you're playing there when you do My Sharona is what we call an octave. It's because that G and that G are the same note, what we call an octave apart. So there's a solo for high and dry, which goes like this. We'll try that again. So with this little octave thing that we've been doing with My Sharona, we can start to play that solo. We won't go and do the full thing straight away, but if you put your index finger on the 11th fret on the A string, the note there's a G sharp, you can get the same note, another G sharp, by putting your little finger on the 13th fret on the G string. Now you find your index finger kind of deadens the D string, so it's making no noise. That's a good thing. So you should be able to hear that A string and the G string together. And then if you make a little gap with your hands there, you can have the bottom two strings ringing and you should get this sound. So we're not playing our top E string. We are playing the A string on the 11th fret. We hit that D string, but it doesn't make any noise because our index finger's killing it. The G string should be making a noise with our little finger on the 13th fret. And then these two, the B and the E strings, they should make a noise just because they're open. Okay, so what we're going to do is just the beginnings of that solo, so we're just going to use the finger positions and ignore the rhythm. So we're going to go. Okay, so that's on the 11th and the 13th, playing the note G sharp. Then we're going to slide back 2 frets in the same shape, so now we're going to have our index finger on the 9th fret, little finger on the 11th fret. That note is F sharp. Still ringing these bottom 2 strings. Okay, exactly the same thing, back 2 frets. So now we've got our index finger on the 7th, little finger on the 9th, and this note is E. We're still ringing out those bottom 2 strings. Okay, now we're going to slide back 3 frets. Now our index finger is on the 4th fret, little finger on the 6th. And we're still ringing out those bottom 2 strings. This note's a C sharp. And then back up those three frets to the E. Okay, so the whole run goes G sharp, F sharp, C sharp, E. Or if you want to just go by the fret your index is on, 11, 9, 7, 4, 7. Alright? So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 and do that a few times through just for practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, last time. Sweet as.